So my name's Michelle, for Alicia and Lance who don't know me.
So,
And I've been running retreats now for over 6 years. This is my eighth retreat. And I think Summer and I, this is our like seventh retreat together or something like that. I'm starting to lose count, which means that, we're on a roll. We've been to Menla in the Catskills. This is going to be our third time. Really love this place, this environment. It's very magical. It's very beautiful. Founded by Tibet House, United States Tibet House, Robert Thurman, who is a Buddhist master and a professor of theology and Buddhism at Columbia University and other places. We are not hosting a Buddhist retreat per se. However, the environment is very conducive to that nature and that Zen and that feeling of, okay, let me just be, let me just exist in this wonderful new space. I just wanted to know, like, why retreat? For me, I could say that going on retreats is a way to step away, obviously, to retreat from your everyday life, a literal definition of the word, but also to enrich and to deepen and to explore more, right? When you go to your everyday life, it's your brain is full, right? Sometimes when you go on vacation, you're in a different mindset and you can almost see better. You can almost perceive better. You're paying closer attention, right? So there's a thought about like seeing the world through the eyes of a tourist, like to be more present. And when you go spend tens of thousands of dollars to go to Europe or whatever, like, okay, I'm going to make this. I know it's 110 degrees, but I'm going to go see those museums and churches and sweating. And because I have to be present and absorb it all and, with perception. So how can we increase our perception and our absorption of this great thing we have called life uh, every day, right? So taking ourselves out to this extended weekend in a wonderful place, supported by an environment, by leaders that know what they're doing, Summer and I, um, and, and explore something new or something that you love. So, Summer, why retreat?
So it's interesting. Several years ago, Michelle invited me to start doing retreats with her, and I had never even done a retreat. I had never even been on a retreat.
neither have we.
Oh, amazing. So the first one we did, I was just an instructor. We didn't do this as a partnership, but it was magical. And I felt like it was a time for me to uh, give myself a little bit of space to think. Because, like Michelle said, we kind of get in a rut with things. And we also just kind of get on autopilot and do and do and do. And this kind of takes you out of that and gives you a chance to breathe and actually consider what you want to be doing when you get back. We have, well, we'll talk a little bit about the theme for this specific retreat, but I love retreats because it does give me that withdrawal from my family, my obligations, my I guess like worries, and just gives me some silence so I can kind of just make some decisions. I love that. So, Carol, what about you? What draws you to this retreat?
For me, the same reason as you and Michelle, just I don't give myself an opportunity to stop and rest and breathe. I'm always on the go, on the go, on the go. And I need to actually book something to force myself to take a moment to get away from everything um, and relax. I am constantly trying to work on doing more of that at home. It never seems to happen. So I need to actually book something to force me to do that. And um, I do love the Catskills, absolutely beautiful. Um, I've done 2 retreats with Summer and Michelle, and they're fabulous. And I always take home so much knowledge and great feeling from them. It's a perfect combination of relaxation and activity and lots of learning. Um, yeah, and for me, it takes me out of my comfort zone a little bit because I do go by myself. And I like to meet new people, but I'm usually very shy. So it's something that I'm kind of like, all right, I have to do this. It takes me a little out of my comfort zone, but I always come out of it like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. It just makes me more for me, just so
Thanks,
that was it.
Carol. What about you, Florence? I'm kind of going in order, so
Okay.
don't feel bad if I call on you last.
Um, I've been, like years ago, I've been in retreats at other retreat center type places, and I really enjoy like with workshops, like I think similar to what you're doing. And I thought it would be a nice thing. And it was kind of a goal for me because I kind of started yoga this year. And it's like, okay, something to look forward to in my yoga journey. So that's why I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. How about you, Suk Young?
So this is my first yoga retreat and I'm excited. So long story short, I think starting last spring, I went to my doctor and he asked me, do you have any breathing problem when you do exercise? And I said, I don't do exercise. And he goes like, what? I realized that I have to start doing something. So I was like looking for some options because I'm not really athletic person. I mean, I like hiking and walking, but that's all I do. So I was like, some people told me that, oh, maybe you should try golf and, all this and that. And then I found a yoga studio in the neighborhood. So I joined, like sometime like toward the end of June. And I really like doing yoga. So I've been doing yoga for a little over a year. Yay. So anyway, I consider that is one of the best thing I ever tried for myself. And actually, I remember last summer, soon after I joined the yoga studio, there was like retreat, like I think Vermont or somewhere, a nice area. And I was actually thinking about going, but I ended up not going. I mean, I think there's some schedule conflict, but also I was kind of not sure about, because sometimes I have social anxiety and I'm like, oh, after I spending all this time and money, what if I don't like the people or what if I don't know them and then I feel awkward and then I hate it. So anyway, so at the end I didn't go, but for the last year, I got to know Michelle. She's wonderful. And I get to know a lot of people at the yoga studio. It's like small community. So I was like, okay, let me try this yoga retreat. So this is sort of like my journey of doing something new and doing something for myself because I looking back, I spend a lot of time working hard to care for others. I mean, when I was younger, I guess it was not my responsibility, but for the last like 20 something years, got married, raised kids, and then always busy, busy, busy taking care of others. And then one day I realized that, you know what, who's gonna take care of me? So that's something that I started doing. And so, yeah, that's why I decided to go to yoga and I'm excited.
I love that.
Great answer. Good
Yeah,
answer.
I
Good
think a
answer.
lot of us can say amen to that because we take care of other people all the time and we just don't pause to take care of ourselves. So I'm glad that all of you were honoring yourselves in that way to take care of yourselves and also letting Michelle and I take care of you.
Hi, Lisa.
Nan
Welcome.
and Alicia.
I'm just going around.
So this is our first retreat. We've never been on one. Summer asked me if I would be interested. It sounded great for all the reasons that you're listing. I'm just overwhelmed most of the time, to be honest. I have a really stressful job. I have a really long commute. I have 3 kids, 2 pets. It's just constant. So the idea of just kind of taking a break from everything is really appealing and giving myself some time to get off the hamster wheel and think. And I'm dragging Lance with me, but he's excited.
Lance, do you have an extra thing to add?
Yeah, I'm going because Alicia told me I'm going.
That's
He's excited.
No, I am going. Like the other woman mentioned, I didn't catch her name. I have a little bit of anxiety as well, and I try to do a lot of, mindfulness activities, meditation a little bit, and I've tried yoga, beginning yoga. I'm just so non-flexible that it really it it depresses me as far as going forward with it because I just can't get any better at it. But I am looking forward to discovering more about yourself and finding some peace and things of that nature.
Lisa Beck, are you there, or are you gonna hide out?
I think I'm hiding.
Okay. Well, we just wanted to go around a little and say, why retreat, Lisa? Well, you want to join in, and we've all gone so far about why retreat.
Why not? I think I feel like I need to get away a little bit also. And the idea of mindful eating appeals to me because I don't think I'm always very mindful in that regard. And it's become a source of anxiety for me.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing this word anxiety 3 times now. So we have a common thread going through. Time for self, time to take care of me for the first time in so long. I also think I want to ask, who here is a vegetarian?
I am.
Okay. Have you been for a long time?
Yeah.
Okay. Who here hates vegetables? Carol, I know you've said that you don't love them.
They're not my favorite, but I got to make balance, so I do fit them in. Not my favorite, but
so eating more plant-based has been proven to be a healthier model for longevity, for quality of life, right? For keeping disease away. Not that humans are omnivores, right? Humans were made to eat all kinds. You can look at our teeth, and we're made for both meat shredding and grinding, and our digestive systems are made to digest multiple kinds of things. Not necessarily a bag of Doritos, because that's doesn't grow on trees. If it doesn't grow on a tree, come out of the earth, or it's something that ate something from the earth, it's less good for us, right? It's harder for us to digest. So when we eat a ton of food that's hard to digest, things give. We have to suffer a little bit, or if we're not consciously suffering, then parts of our body are suffering, and later it rears its head and we go, oh, I'm sick. So this retreat, even though it is a plant-based retreat, the food at Menla is so wonderfully balanced and so creatively presented, and the chefs there are brilliant and really gourmet. So hopefully I'm not raising your expectations too much, but the food, I don't want you to go in feeling, oh my God, I'm gonna really be craving a burger by the end of all this. And
which we've had people say before.
Yeah.
Who considered becoming vegetarian at the end. So.
Right. Or that the last day, they're like, you know what? I didn't even realize that I've not been eating meat this whole time, and I didn't even miss it. So just have an open mind. The food is very good there, and Sommer and I always feel like this is the perfect place to do a retreat on mindful eating, right? And so we want to explore that. Any comments, questions about food before we move on our little agenda? Any concerns? Okay. So, and everybody here is in New York, right? Lisa, Florence, Carol's, Kim, you're all in the Floral Park Bayside area. Alicia and Lance, I think you're in Suffolk County. Is that correct? Sorry, I muted you. Let me unmute you. I can't unmute you. You have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear us?
Now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in Huntington near Sommer.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was born at Huntington Hospital, and
Oh,
yeah,
so is
yeah.
he.
Ah, hey, I saw you there. You were the next bassinet.
I'm pretty sure I was born a long time before you.
Well, mine was July 17, 1972. How about that?
Oh,
I
happy
was
birthday.
68.
Okay, so you're 4 years before my brother was born in Huntington Hospital, October 29, 1968.
I
Oh,
was
wow.
April 4th.
Oh, okay. So anyway, you guys, you didn't gravitate very far from your birthplace.
No, not really. We lived in the city for a little bit when we first got married, but not really.
I was born in the Bronx.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Comac and Huntington. I was in the Comac school district, so
Okay.
yeah, it's a good place to grow up. It's nice.
Yeah.
Summer's got a good thing going on.
Yes.
Okay, so we're all New Yorkers. With that mindset, right? What is that mindset? It's like do, work, work.
Yeah.
If you're not working till 11 p.m. at night, you're lazy. Right? Other parts of the country and the world have a different mindset. They're like, yes, go surfing, go take it easy, take a nap in the middle of the day.
Every day.
Yeah. I don't know. We feel like the self pressure and the societal pressure to like always be working, always be productive, multitask a million things. So it's good that we're all coming together at this like-mindedness of and coming from a similar environment. None of us live in the beautiful Catskills, so it's gorgeous up there. It's just I do want to point out something about Menla, the place that we're going to be, and you can read this on their website and on their bulletin board that the actual land there has a less gravitational pull. What? Crazy. What? No. It has to do with the crater and how it made the valley in the mountain. So it's a valley between two peaks, and it was made by a crater. And because of the altitude and the crater, something about that, they have determined scientifically that the gravitational pull in that valley where Menla is located is, I believe it is 0.05% less. So you are literally, your weight is lifted when you
You're gonna feel
step
lighter.
there and you feel this lightness. So just keep that in mind, which I love that little trivia, which kind of informs your mindset when you arrive.
Mm-hmm.
So question.
I was just gonna move on to speaking of arrival.
Yeah.
We really encourage you to print out your directions because as you go up, cell service kind of gets a little wonky, and we have personal experience of kind of taking the longer route because our GPS kept changing. It wasn't
no.
half of it.
Got confused.
So we would definitely encourage you to do that. For arrival and check-in, check-in isn't until 3 o'clock, but we have some time before that. Like you are able to go in and just relax a little bit before. We're going to have lunch, and you're welcome to join us for lunch. It's not part of the retreat, but we are meeting up for lunch beforehand. So that's going to be at 12 o'clock, and we're going to send all of this to you. But I just wanted to let you know, check-in's at 3 o'clock. We strongly recommend you to get there by check-in, but you can arrive at the grounds before then. Okay.
You can also schedule a massage beforehand.
You can schedule a massage first thing when you get there. Just go in, relax.
Even before check-in. There's
a pool. There's a really nice shower that has, I don't know, 1 million shower heads. So it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, but speaking of that, we're also going to send you a packing list. So some things to think about, which are also on the packing list, are a journal. They have yoga mats, blocks, blankets, all of those things. But if you feel more comfortable bringing your own, feel free to do that. Water bottle. They have drinks, and they basically have water stations everywhere, but we still encourage you to bring your own water bottle, a refillable water bottle. And just some comfy clothes, right? You don't have to dress to impress. It's just like, I get to be me and be comfy. I don't know if I mentioned journal. Journal.
You did.
Oh, okay.
You did.
All right. Michelle talked a little bit about meals. You'll be eating like you've never eaten before. Even if you are vegetarian, they have like an amazing menu. So that'll be great. And cell phones. I know this sounds intimidating, and I'm just going to offer it up as a possibility, but you can feel free to kind of detox from your cell phone. And if you feel like that's impossible, there's no service except for certain areas. So
There's Wi-Fi.
you can use the Wi-Fi and use Wi-Fi calling, Wi-Fi texting. So you will be able to check your emails and do the phone stuff that you need to do, but just know it's not all over the property.
Yeah. So normally when you're outside of a building, you're not going to get cellular service because you're in the mountains. But there's a regular lodge, a regular like beautiful building where most of our rooms are. I think all of our rooms are. That's where we eat. That's where the check-in is. That's where the main office is. A gift shop, bookstore. There's elevators. If you don't feel like climbing this one floor to our rooms, there's an elevator. There's what you can turn on your phone is Wi-Fi calling, and then as long as you're under Wi-Fi, you can call. They can also, if someone needs to reach you, call the front desk. They'll come and find us. They'll know which building we're in, so we'll give you that. It's the main number, the front desk, but we'll give that to you. So if you need to give that to a loved one to reach you, if you want to check in with someone or they want to reach you for an emergency, you're reachable. We're not in the middle of nowhere.
And if you feel worried about that, I just want to bring you back like 10, 20 years ago. We didn't have cell phones at all, right? You had to go pay to call, especially if you were like in a lodge somewhere, or just use like a dial phone, something plugged into the wall. So we will
don't know
survive.
what you're talking about. It's like, what? 10, 20 years, I guess, 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Okay. So, your phone is you can have it. We're not going to say, oh, no, phones. We're not going to do that kind of ban thing, but just know that you may have less things showing up on your phone because you're not in cellular, right? And hence the need to print the directions just in case, especially leaving there, because as soon as you leave the Wi-Fi building and you get just on the road from there, suddenly you're like, okay, which way? Now I'm going down this path, and you won't kick into cellular until you get down to the main highway. And by then you're like, I'm not sure which way to turn. So just, you can do a little search like we used to do in that interim before cell phones and after we started getting internet. We used to go on what was the
MapQuest.
MapQuest and then plot it out, and we would print out the papers and it'd say MapQuest at the top. Yeah, so do a MapQuest. Do they exist?
Think so.
Okay. So, Summer, you want to talk about just a few guidelines and expectations and
Sure.
safe space?
We want to create a safe space for everyone. And this includes confidentiality, non-judgment, and I guess a safe space to feel all of your feelings, right? If you feel like you need to cry, it is a totally safe space to do that. If you feel like you need to sleep, it's a safe space to do that. Just be aware of how you feel internally and don't try and stuff anything down. And just let things be, let things work their way out, because we put it on the side all the time trying to get all the things done. We do want to ask, maybe just have a verbal yes or no confirmation on if taking your photo is okay, if we're okay doing group photos, or if everyone feels okay with possibly being in some of our promotional materials for future retreats. And if you don't feel comfortable going like this, then you can send us a direct message in the chat.
You can email us later if you want
Or
to
you can email us
say
later.
anything about that. But most of you have seen my social media posts on Instagram and Facebook, and I try my best to let everybody's in a positive light, and I never do some kind of unflattering, just their face. Sometimes it's an arm, you're doing a stretch, like a movement thing, and it's all, hopefully you think it's tasteful. I try.
So far, so good.
Mhm. So it's okay to be who you are and do what you need to do. Get the rest you need, feel what you need to feel. And just, if you feel like you are exhausted and can't make an early morning class, that's okay with us. We would love to see you at all the things, but we're not going to be judging you or making you feel bad or saying anything. All of that is up to you. This is your retreat. We're just providing a space for you to become stronger, more flexible, have better eating habits, be more mindful, provide relaxation, and take home techniques that'll help you in your daily life afterwards.
Florence, is Frank definitely coming? I just wanted to tell Lance.
Yes, I convinced my husband to come. He's not participating in yoga, but he'll be around at meals and the pool
Okay,
and
so
the
there,
trail.
just so you know, there's another husband coming, Lance.
Yeah, thanks, Lance, for
In case
coming,
you
because
wanted
it
to know.
encouraged my husband to come too.
Thank
Yeah, she asked me this morning. I was like, "Oh yeah, Lance is coming. There's another guy there." So maybe Frank will be like, "Oh, maybe I will try out the yoga." We'll see.
We'll see.
So okay, so Frank will be around for meals, and so if he is he around, and is he home? Does he want to just pop in and say hi?
He's walking the dog right now.
Okay. All right. What else, Summer?
Well, I guess right now we just want to see if anyone has any questions about the logistics, about emotions, about preparation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Go,
All right.
go ahead. Anyway,
I have two questions. One is, besides our group, I don't know how big Menla is. Will there be other people on the grounds for today?
so it's huge. It can accommodate a retreat of 200 plus people. If we ever get to that level, Summer and I, we could do that. Menla hosts their own retreats, and they also rent it to us outsiders who. So simultaneously during our retreat, there is a Menla retreat, but get this, it's a silent retreat. We're not going to hear a peep out of them. So literally they are on a silent retreat. They're probably more than us. They have probably the larger room. Oh, our yoga space. So there's 3 possible places that we would be in for our main room. There's like a big giant conference room that's like a gigantic yoga studio. Then there's like a smaller, medium-sized yoga studio, which we've been in twice before. And then there's a even more intimate yoga studio. We're in the most intimate one called Dewa room, and it's housed within the same building as the gigantic one. And I'm gonna guess that the silent retreat, they're gonna be in the big one. But again,
But
Okay,
don't
so-
feel like you have to be really quiet. We're not the silent
Yeah.
retreat. Just don't go up
No.
in their face and be like, "Hey, what's your name? Come on, you can talk."
You definitely want
Okay.
to wear some comfortable shoes that you can walk in. You want your bathing suit. You want your bug spray and your sunscreen, and maybe a small flashlight. Even though
Okay.
the ones on the phone could be fine too. The flashlight there, because where we live and eat is a little walk through the nature. So you can either walk on the paved road, or through a center nature path. Think of the place as like a big oval with some lines in between, and everything is located in between. There's the spa and the pool, and then our yoga space over here, and then where we live and eat and check in is, and the parking is up there, right? So like, and you can go in a big circle, drive it. I
You'll
did
be
take my
you'll get
father on
tired
a
of
retreat
steps.
there once, and there's a little bit of a slant. We are at slight altitude, so you may notice on the day one a tiny bit of, oh, okay, I just came to the Catskills. Yeah, I feel it. So you can drive if you need to, or if there's bad weather, to our location. It's not that far. It's like 10, 11 minutes walking, 7 minutes walking, very close. But know that you're going to be walking through nature a little bit. It's all very well crafted and sculpted paths, all clean, very beautiful. There's a couple of wild turkeys that roam around, some deer. You'll see nature. You'll hear nature. What else, Summer, you wanted to say?
Lawrence had another question. What was your second question?
My second question is, has anyone had the massage, and
Oh,
which
yes.
there are like so many different massages.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one did you get?
I had the arnica massage. I love the arnica massage. However, it is arnica deep. So you and I were talking this morning
Oh.
about how you don't like the deep. They have I forget the name of it, but it's sort of like the wellness, like your own created for you.
Okay.
Like target spots, and it's that
Okay.
one. So, and there's so many practitioners there. I have had several really good ones, but who's available on our dates? I'm just going to go to their website and pick someone.
So
they're all really excellent.
Yeah, I was a massage therapist for off and on for like 20 years, and I had an amazing massage there. And I'm really picky. That's probably the first good massage I've ever had in New York,
Okay.
like, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I would definitely try it out. I don't know. I don't know who I had, or I don't
I
even
do know who I
remember.
had, but I don't think she's available that week.
Okay.
Okay.
We will
Thank
have a
you.
wonderful sound bath on Friday night, August 1st. Sorry, Lance. And she is the same woman, Jennifer Meir, who came to our studio in October, and we had a sound bath there. Lance, you had a question.
Yeah, and this sounds really stupid, but I thermostat runs a little hot. Should I bring a fan with me, or is there like?
No, you have AC in your room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cold. I think it's a window AC, but it works.
Okay, no, I can't sleep that well sometimes. I'm really hot.
Yeah.
For that, definitely bring. I would say just bring it anyway, just in case Alicia doesn't want the extra air and you do, or during
maybe
yoga.
near his yoga mat, he can put his fan right there.
Yeah, you can put your yoga mat near the outlet.
We had
Okay.
we went to Costa Rica, Summer and I, and we had one student who brought these fans that like she wears. Remember that?
I've seen those.
She had a fan here. She ate, and then your body acclimates eventually to like the tropical environment, so it's not so bad. After like 2 days there, she was like, "Oh, it's not so bad anymore." But she had like a fan at her lunch table. She had a fan on her yoga mat. She was really red. She was like, "I really don't like to sweat."
Well, then she's brave to go to Costa Rica.
Yeah, it was a great time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Will the yoga studios be air conditioned?
I believe it is climate controlled.
I'm
I'm
feel
pretty
like
sure.
it was. I can't remember for sure. I know they have fans,
But
and
we're not going to be in that space. We're going to be in a different room.
right.
Pretty sure it is. Yeah. And there is a coolness to the Catskills.
I was
At
about to say it's
nighttime,
10
it gets
degrees
cold.
cooler usually than
Yeah,
here.
it's more crisp. At night, you may want a little sweater and long pants. You know, it's not like here. There's not a ton of mosquitoes. It's different. It's thinner air. It's cooler, crisper, fresher. It's not so smoggy at all.
Although we
Anyone
do
else?
encourage
That's
you
great.
to bring bug spray. There's not as many ticks there either.
No,
Mm.
But
yeah, but it's not something that I've ever been concerned about being in the Catskills. And I actually take my kids camping for the last 9 years at a place that's about 30 minutes away, and it's a nice region. The altitude, and if you've never been to the Catskills or this area near Phoenicia, Saugerties, that whole region, it's so nice.
Mhm.
did
So
anyone else
lunch
have a question?
is going to be at the Phoenicia Diner, which is famous. It's it's known. So if you want to meet us there on day 1, July 31st, meet us there at 12 noon. Takes us about 3-ish hours, 2 hours and change, like 2 hours 15 to 3 hours to get there. So if you want to like put that into your GPS, Phoenicia Diner.
Did we eat
as a
there on the way back last time?
We ate there on the way back. It was
They
good.
have, if you're worried about your meat intake for the week, they have delicious burgers, which I had at the end of the last retreat.
Even Sommer, you had a burger.
I did. It was so
Yeah,
good.
but they have all kinds of food. I have not like memorized everybody's food stuff yet, but is anyone gluten free besides Sommer? Is anyone dairy free? Anyone severe allergies? No, I think we're all pretty okay. Just checking. And everybody seems okay with scents, right?
Yep.
No major
Yeah.
all right. Any questions so far?
Any last questions?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys covered a lot.
Yeah.
Did you want to say anything else, Michelle? I kind of wanted to close it out just with like a grounding practice, kind of a visualization. Don't worry, it's not going to take very long, maybe a minute or two, and then you can get back to your life.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything before we start?
No.
Okay. So I want you to go ahead and close your eyes and take a little bit deeper breaths. See if you can slow down the intake of your air and slow down the amount of air coming out of your mouth as you exhale or nose. And just breathe in and out. And I want you to picture yourself in this natural space surrounded by mountains and trees and flowers, away from anything that might normally take up space in your day. And you're just there to fill your cup, to feel the expansiveness of yourself, of your being, and also the expansiveness of your chest and the space around you. And just breathe that in. Notice where your body right now is articulating with other things, whether it's your clothes, the floor, a chair. And notice that you are here. You're in this body, and you're going to have so much more opportunity to be present and mindful and feel and smell and hear all different things than normal. And your taste buds will be activated in ways that you've never felt before. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the meeting. I'm so excited to spend this time with you. Especially, I'm excited for those of you who haven't been on a retreat, because it is like no other experience. You will have a chance to really do some care for yourself. And it's lovely.
Yeah. Bet.
Excited.
So there's 2 more people who will be joining us that have not joined the Zoom, and you'll meet them on day 1. Melanie, I think Carol, you know Melanie.
And Melanie's
then,
done 4 of our retreats. This might
Maybe
be her
more.
fifth.
I
Yeah.
lost count. Yeah. Oh, and it's her birthday on that day 1, so we have to remember. And then we have Stephanie, who is a new member of our studio, who Florence you met the other day. Okay, so now you know. So it's a group of 10 of us. We do still have 2 rooms left, and the registration closes on Thursday. So if there's anyone that you thought, this would be perfect for them, or you run into someone, let them know, and they can snag those rooms before we close registration. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions? No. So looking forward to seeing you in how many weeks? Is it 2?
2.
2.5.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
See you
Yay!
soon.
So excited.
Please be aware of your email.
Yeah.
Check your email. You'll get all the packing lists, any
Yeah.
further instructions.
And just email us, call us, text me if you have any other questions. So it's nice to meet you all again. See you soon.
2. Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thanks.